Talk podcast. That's right. Realest. That's right. My homeboy Branded. That's right. 750 on this motherfucking beat. Let's go. L-A-S-T-C-I-R-C-L-E. This is the Real Talk podcast. Deep on the scene. Bumping loud through your speakers and your cell phone screen. L-A-S-T-C-I-R-C-L-E. This is the Real Talk podcast. Deep on the scene. Bumping loud through your speakers and your cell phone screen. You can search the web for many minutes. This is the podcast where everyone can come and get it. Come eat the spinach and get swole off it. Blow some gas off it. Sip something while you listen and watch it. And be your boss off it. The hottest topics and the views you're watching.
Co-hosted by Branded, this shit ain't stopping.
Come and get you some. I'm about to make a run. Don't wanna hear that bullshit, cause here the realest come. Live in 3D, please come see me. You can listen in your car or at home on TV. You never know who's stopping by to drop jewels. Real Talk Podcast, we're on the move. L-A-S-T-C-I-R-C-L-E. This is the Real Talk Podcast. Deep on the scene, bumping loud through your speakers and your cell phone screen. L-A-S-T-C-I-R-C-L-E. This is the Real Talk Podcast. Deep on the scene, bumping loud through your speakers and your cell phone screen.
Hey, what's up? This is your girl Toy. You are watching Real Talk Podcast.
All good. So listen, this is the last Circle Entertainment. My man, Tha Realest, is, if he comes in a little later, then I'm sure he'll ask you a couple questions. But I'm here. Welcome to the Circle. Everything is brought to you by Toy Vision. And this is the first time you and I had this kind of dialogue. We had other radio dialogue, but this is the first time we've had a video face-to-face Q&A. Right. And salute my queen. You can follow Latoya Ward at Latoya Ward on all social media. Actually, go search her because I've been knowing this girl we go back 3 years, 4 years almost or whatever. 3 or 4 different kinds of interviews, and I must say, every time I turn around and look at your page, you always got something going on. New movie, new something, whatever function you got going on. So I'm gonna start off by a lot of people didn't know you was Best Actress in a Feature Film from the London Film Festival. Is that correct? Did I get that right?
That is correct. Yes.
So before I start talking to you about all the other stuff, I don't think I've ever told you congrats on the award. I feel like, accolades, we got to give our people flowers and all this other stuff. So congrats on that. But also just a verbal appreciation and give you your flowers for the work that you continue to put in. Because I went on your IMDb page maybe about a month ago. And I looked it up and I saw, just some of the things you had, one of the little scenes you had that's on the OWN network and whatnot, for some of the work that you do. And I promise you, when I first met you, I was like, all right, this girl getting it in. I know she's doing a couple of movies, but it's literally elevated since then. And I'm like, my first question is, how you keep yourself so busy? Like, it's every day you wake up, you go get it, right?
That is true. It's a grind for sure. But being busy is a blessing. So I can't complain, not one bit. I'm just so thankful and grateful for all the opportunities that have come my way.
From She's Sexy to Gutter to Platinum to all the movies that you got going on right now. I know you keep him busy and you said all this, but a lot of people is trying to get to a level that you're at while you're still able to continue to fine tune your craft and things like that. You played a bunch of different roles. So I'm gonna get inside your head for on the actors, just on that mindset, how you keep yourself geared up for certain things as far as roles that, you play. Do you cherry pick some of the things you do? Or is it like you want to get a role and you know what? I want to be the best ... that I could be.
So it's a little bit of both. I do cherry pick because I don't want to play the same kind of role all the time. And then also it goes along with experience as well. So I do, when I have a director or a producer approach me about some work, I do want to look at what they've done before to see how well it was produced, if the quality was, above point. So that's also something that I take into consideration along with the type of role. And I always want a role that's going to challenge me. So even if it's like in gutter, I've never done drugs before, but that was a role that called for that. And so that was a challenge in and of itself. And then also, I just enjoy being able to research like the characters, like motives and what makes them do whatever it is that they do that, makes them the way that they are. And to me, that's also fulfilling when I choose a role to do. So.
Listen, it's wonderful to be able to see though, because I always listen. I watch your stuff and I'll be like, I'm a proud guy. I was like, I remember her win, just when she was getting it, and also it's cool that you continue to fine tune your resume, especially in this business. And I always find it interesting that I hear a lot of aspiring actors, actresses that just say they can't get no work, like, but at the same time, I'm like, there is work out there. You just got to go find it. Is that basically true, or is it a drought?
No, I mean, I do think it's a grind for sure. I do also think that it's built on relationships, and two, I think a lot of people kind of like shoot themselves. And I've heard like a few famous actors say this before. I think Viola Davis had an interview with somebody, but they were talking about how they were just not. It wasn't Viola Davis, so don't quote me on that. But it was somebody was saying that it's all about like how you treat people, kind of too. Right. And this one interview, I can't remember who it was, but they weren't so nice to like the PA. Later on, years later, that PA happened to be like a director. So then that PA, who is now a director, remembered that like, oh, I might hire you, but you weren't so nice to me when I wasn't like at the top, of my game or whatever. So I think it's all about, just opportunities, being ready. If I'm not actually filming, I am in a class, I'm still training, regardless of, how successful I may be or what the role may entail. I just feel like I can't just stay still, know? So I have to like either be in training or writing or doing something so that I'm constantly working on my craft. But yeah, I do think it's about being ready, having that opportunity, and knowing it when you see it, and just also thinking about the bigger picture too, because you can sometimes shoot yourself in the foot thinking it's not a great opportunity because of it being a small role, when really that small role could elevate you. So
the who is clearly important, especially in the business, but I think you have to establish yourself in order for you to get to that accolade of somebody's going to reach out to you because of the work you did. Even if it was a little role, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody thought enough for you to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what? They poured their all into whatever little small role that it was. So I'm gonna call them up and see if they want to level up and do a little something more. Some people are not.
I'm sorry. It's also about being professional too. So while you're all set, if you're like constantly late or you're just a headache in general, people will remember that. And when they remember that, they don't want to hire you again. So that's also part of the business.
So you took the words out of my mouth, because a lot of people are, hey, I'm too good for this small role. You need to give it to a smaller person, but I'm bigger. But what do you say to these people? Because it comes in all walks of life, men, women, kids, whatever. But they're all treating it as like, I belong here, instead of I still got to work my ass off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So at that point, they either get it in that moment or they'll realize it later. And once they realize it later, there's nothing you can do.
So if you were in a class and you were teaching, I don't care of the age group or anything like that, if you were in a class teaching people as far as just the bare basics of how you get started, what would you teach them? Give them like 3 non-negotiables that they have to have in order for them to continue to push forward.
Okay. I would say one non-negotiable is a headshot, which is your, face shot that you're going to be using to submit yourself to different auditions. The second is a resume. You want to make sure that you have your resume, which details your experience. Even if you don't have a lot of experience, you can still put something on your resume, you might have acted in a school play, or you nowadays with the internet, you can do sketches and skits and make those, videos are really real high, not high level, but real production type things. So that would be the other one. And then also just a video of your stuff, which is a reel. So if you can have those three things, you can easily go and knock on somebody's door, an agent or a manager, to get representation, so that in conjunction with you submitting yourself, your agent or manager can also be submitting yourself. So your headshot, your resume, and then put some of your stuff on video for real.
And that's true game, because I still feel like there's so much game that a lot of people, and you know this, Toy, there's so much information out there in the world and people still don't look or they don't pay attention to and stuff like that. And you mentioned skits, and you see, I was thinking about you. You kind of take me back to just some of the work that, you know, some of your work that you did with the Clayton Thomas, right, back in the day. Tangerine, my homegirl too. At the end of the day, like, I feel like when people go backwards and see some of the stuff that you did, like, it's just, to me, I always look at it as art, and it's just a growth, maturity that, again, I remember you when, and I see the roles that you're taking now, and I'm like, God damn, this girl she's a good one, you know what I mean? But I mean, these skits, and I gotta, you know, I'm gonna pivot a minute, but I gotta give love to Country Wayne as well, because he's got like a whole soap opera thing going on with his skits that he's utilizing Facebook and whatever else, so he can be able to maximize that. So the skit game is important because a lot of people can see that, but also, you know, give credit where credit's due because they're taking it up a level. Right. Give me your thoughts on that, on the whole process of that, because that's another piece of game that a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, so I would say, like, with the skits and the sketches, that's also your opportunity to where you're not necessarily waiting on somebody to call you. You know, like, you can go in and audition all day long for years and years and years, and the answer will always be no. However, with the skits and the sketches, if you have an idea, you can write it yourself, shoot it yourself, edit it yourself, distribute it yourself, and you never know who's going to see it based on the internet and, you know, social media today. So I say that to also say, like, training as well. Like, you can get into a really good acting class, and in that acting class, you're working on different scenes and monologues and stuff like that. And they could be putting you on tape then, and you could also be using that tape to put onto your social media as well, so that you can showcase to people your acting ability. So I just wanted to throw in that fourth non-negotiable training.
Hey, throw it all over there, because a lot of people know they need to. They to me, you inspire me for the reasons that, to me, I feel like it's clear and obvious, just because I just see you work. Like, you're not one of those who's just taking days off, I feel like, or even if you do, you still got your phone on, or you got your emails up trying to look for, you know, the next deal and things like that. And it's got to be commended. So, I mean, I'm gonna go back to your work ethic, because I feel like I know you enough to you know the answers to these questions, but maybe some of these people out there that's gonna be listening won't. But what gets you up in the morning? What motivates Latoya Ward to do the Latoya Ward things that she's done so far and continue to do?
Oh, what gets me up in the morning? And I mean, I would just say my family, really. I want to just be able to take care of everybody in my family. And so there's really never a day where I'm like, I'm good. Let me sit back and, you know, I never feel like that. I always feel like, okay, there's something that I could be doing. Like, I could be editing, I could be writing, I could just, you know, doing a photo shoot or posting something. But I never feel like what I've done thus far is enough, because I'm not able or in a position yet to take care of my family. Like, I want us all to be like good, you know, like the whole year we and Bora Bora just living it up, you know? So I would say, yeah, my family, and leaving a legacy for them. I just want to be able to inspire as many people as possible. And I don't think I've reached that part yet. So
your resume continues to grow and grow and grow. And clearly it's, you know, it's working. And the fact that you're looking at a situation and you're saying that, you know what, I'm not done yet. Not just financial growth.
right.
You're leaving footprints in this sand for generations of your family to be able to look at and be like, yo, this is the blueprint. You know what I mean? Like, it's it's easier said than done. But as you go back, to the work ethic that you do had, like when did that start for you though? Was it something that clicked with Latoya Ward at a young age, or you just kind of evolved into what you got to?
No, I've always been like a very hard worker. Even my senior year of high school, I was working 2 jobs, at the same time. So I'm like always continuously growing or, something like that. But it's not uncommon for me to just, sit back and or not work hard. It's just not in me at all. Not in me at all. I'm crazy. He's like, you never are just chill and relax. I'm like, I can't, because I feel guilty sometimes. Even if I'm watching TV, I'm like doing crunches at the same time. Like I got to be doing something sometimes. So
that's what it is. That's what's up. That's what's up. When I look at the resume, clearly there's a lot going on. What in 2023 is something that you're looking forward to as far as your own individual growth? Something that you want to do, or maybe you have planned that you can't talk about right now, but what else is on that resume yours though?
Something that I plan on doing?
Yep.
Or want to do?
Yep. I can tell you something. I can tell you what I love to see. I would love to see Toy Vision become such an entity that people are coming to you, not just for acting gigs, but also directing gigs too. Like
I have that. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I haven't. Well, only thing that I've directed are like some of my sketches, but and then just some of the sketches really. But I do have a couple of features that I have written, and that I will produce and possibly direct. We'll see. But yeah.
So you find directing a little more challenging in acting, or is it basically a 50-50?
Well, I don't know if it's more challenging than acting. I just know if I'm directing, I want to be also like leading the project. And I just know how it is being a lead actress and a producer on a project. Even as a producer, you're on set almost every day, in addition to when you have to actually work too. So I kind of think about that as like how hard it is to be a lead actress for one. And then if you're a director on top of that, then you're like constantly there directing everything. So I don't know if I'm quite ready for that yet, because producing and acting at the same time is also a challenge in and of itself. Because, it's just so amazing when you see the finished products and then all of the intricate details behind this scene and this scene, or this actor and this actor. And it's like, it all comes together. You're like,
and I hear stories from different people who have dabbled and started doing both at the same time, and it's a chore and a task. But you know what? Hey, you know what? I feel like if somebody was to be like, "Hey, Toy, we got this script. I want you to produce it. Also, I want you to run it. Show run it to the best of your abilities." I feel like you're gonna knock it down. You'll be all right.
I'm ready. I just took a directing class not too long ago. So like I told you, I try to stay ready.
Yeah. How's directing class working for you? What have you learned so far during these classes that you've taken?
So I did complete the series already, but what I did learn was about like different playbooks that you can use in order to like go to different studios to really sell your project. And it was just interesting learning how this one particular director how he works with actors, how he works with the crew, bringing it all together, his methodology in writing the script. And then also he used different like color schemes as he's putting the different characters together, which I thought was pretty interesting as well. So it was a good class. Yeah.
Interesting. And again, as I continue to give your flowers to a great one, like I said, just all right, y'all, let's just make sure we rewind. This woman is not just acting, she's taking directing classes, and she's trying to further her game so she can not be surprised when she is called upon to do a directorial job on a television series or a movie or both, and things like that or whatnot. So again, it's a gift to be able to witness, because to me it's just a matter of just honoring those who really is just trying their hardest and out there. So you've kind of gave the game to some of the people out there who is aspiring, who just need to just have some guidance, right? Overall, But what about the team behind you too? Because I know Toy Vision and the Latoya Ward brand is important to you. So talk to the people a little bit about how important it is to have the right people in your circle.
Oh, a good team is very, very, very important. It's good to have people where y'all are all on the same page and y'all are all working towards one goal. It really can get messed up if, somebody has a different, I don't know, they just have a different mindset as far as them not wanting to be a part of the team or wanting to exclude certain people from the team. And it just doesn't make for a cohesive environment. So I think having a good team is very, very important, really, with everything that you do. Your family unit is considered a team as well. So having them that's supporting you and, encouraging you, and then you doing the same for them is very, very important. I would say the energy that's around you, it needs to be positive. You can't have any negative people on your team or just around you in general if you're wanting to go far in life. So I don't deal with negative energy.
And we can't have yes people all in your grill either. It's no fun.
Right. Exactly. You can't have yes people either, but you also can't have straight no people too that are saying no because they've never done it. So you gotta kind of have a balance, you kind of gotta have a balance. I think no people.
Hey, for real, like, hey, I got this $1 million acted script right here, and they're like, nah, don't take that, girl. That ain't for you. Don't take it.
Like, excuse me.
Wow.
Let me see that script. I'll make a decision. People that can listen and be able to weigh some options here, but you just can't be like no and not have good reasons behind it.
No doubt. And it's important, and I always stress this too, and Toy, you know me a little bit enough to know, like, I feel like you pay it forward, you can never, and if multiple people keep doing the same thing, and you can never go wrong when you do that. And I think if you put that effort out there, not just for yourself to be able to showcase, but let others inspire to be like, or is inspired by you based on the things that you've done. And that's just walking the tightrope, because we're all not perfect. We all had situations where we weren't at our best. A game, B game, we've had it before, but the fact that the fight is still there is super important. And I just think that's important for people to know, and especially that. So, Toy, I'm gonna spend the next couple of minutes to talk about traffic. As far as traffic, I know you're on social media, often, but if you had to choose between, no, I'm not even gonna go there. I should, but Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, if you had to get rid of one, what would it be?
Ooh, if I had to get rid of one, I'd only say Twitter, just because I'm not on there that much. But I think if I were to be on there a lot more, I'd probably have more love for it. But I randomly go on there and tweet something every now and then. I'm getting the most love from Facebook right now.
Okay.
Instagram is tripping with this algorithm. Like, who knows when it's going to work properly. So I don't know. I try not to stress too much about the social media part of it, and just, put stuff out there and hope that it's doing what it's supposed to do, which is either making somebody smile, laugh, or inspiring them. So
bless your heart for this reason. All that stuff is great, but they need to go to LatoyaWard.com though. Like,
exactly.
Because a lot of people fail to realize that these social media places is the icing on said cake, but the cake is your website and your brand and what you're doing moving forward for that. It's not the end all be all. A lot of people utilize it to the best of their ability, but drive it to your brand, because that website, that email where people can book you is crazy important with everything that you do on social media, right? So I think that was a lead in to making sure that people go hit up LatoyaWard.com, brought to you by Toy Vision. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give you the opportunity to give shout outs to whoever, drive traffic to whoever, and let people know if they are trying to book you for real deals, Real deals.
Real deals. You
Real
can
deals.
no playing around. Real deals. You can always email Latoya at latoyaward.com. You can go to my website. There's a contact form on there as well. My team will look through it, and more than likely, if it seems legit, my management team will reach out and get some more details. But I'm basically Latoya Ward on all social media platforms, except for Snapchat. I'm Latoya.Ward. Yeah. And TikTok, Latoya.Ward. Everywhere else is Latoya Ward, yes.
Yeah, just follow the greatness. That's all you got to say. Just follow the greatness.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? That's it. Hey, I appreciate you. I want to continue to have these types of reconnections, because as you continue to keep doing movies and things like that, I want to keep spreading the love. And also I want to make sure that you know that not just as a station, podcast, different things like that, and all the people that will be listening, you know what? Flowers giving every chance we get. Celebrate you and all that you do.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And if I can just do a quick shout out, because we are going to be having the movie premiere of 10 Reasons Why Men Cheat coming up this Thursday, February 9th, 2023 in Houston, Texas. And so I'm hoping anybody in the Houston area, y'all come through, show us some love. 10 Reasons Why Men Cheat will be on Tubi starting on March 1st. But you can get tickets from elmorevision.com. And then, of course, hit me up. I would love to hear everybody's feedback.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Hey, and I'm going to do some real journalism on my end and put these, get these nice reviews with comments and things like that. Filter it through your way so my people can be able to add on to, again, what I say is the greatness of the things that you're doing and stuff like that, because you're doing amazing work out on the screen, and a lot of people need to know. Not just you, but your cast too. Your cast is lit.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Toy.
Yes,
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hey, don't be a stranger though. Don't let it be me reaching out to you and be like, yo,
I know
can I get you on? Like, you better holler at your guy.
Okay.
Anytime.
Okay. You don't have to tell
me know this.
I got you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Hey, Toy, I appreciate you.